Hello everyone, welcome to the HAYIK Show. This is your host, Harago.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the HAYIK Show. This is your other host, Shannon. And we've got two really amazing guests today. Welcome back, thanks so much for watching, you guys.
Exactly. Welcome to the HAYIK Show. HAYIK stands for How Are You in Korea? We talk about the daily lives of KOCIS K-influencers and discuss the current events in Korea.
Yep, every Thursday at 2 p.m. So stay tuned as we will be streaming the new K-influencers every single week.
Now let's say hello to our guests.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello. Would you please introduce yourself?
Yes, of course. Hi everyone, my name is Alyena. I'm from Turkey and I work as an entertainer.
Well, in my case, my name is Marifer and I'm from Mexico and I'm here learning Korean language.
Very cool. How is it going then?
It's difficult.
Yeah, it is.
How long have the two of you been in Korea for?
I've been here for 2 years now.
2 years?
Oh my god, in my case, it's just like 9 months.
Oh, only 9 months?
Yeah.
Wow.
Welcome.
Oh.
Thanks.
Oh, what originally brought you guys to Korea?
First, when I came here, I was a student. I was learning Korean, and my original plan was to do masters. I don't know why, because I don't know why. Yeah, because like I always wanted to do music, and I'm really artsy. So I got this opportunity to get signed to an agency, and I thought, okay, with that I can do music as well. So I moved on to entertainment like that.
Wow.
It's been a crazy journey so far.
And what about you?
Well, in my case, it's a very long story because I know K-pop since 2005, and I've been in love with the culture, and it was always my dream, but it was impossible to come here until like last year that I was like, I have to do it because if I do it like after my 30s, it's not going to be possible.
Yeah.
So this is like
So
my teenage dream come true.
Yeah, very cool. So you've been a long time K-pop and K-culture fan.
Yeah.
Very cool. Did you happen to go to the K-Wave festival?
Yeah, I did. It was amazing.
Thanks for coming.
You were amazing. Always amazing.
I have never been so nervous in my whole life.
Oh, really?
I would like rewatch the video because they recently posted it, but I was standing there with my hands like, you can tell I'm so tense.
Were there a lot of people?
There was a lot of people, but there was a lot of online viewers, which is what got me.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Yeah, there was.
Oh, but you remember the boot camp?
Yes.
I kind of realized that you were a little bit nervous, but I was like, oh, you did so well.
Thank you so much.
I really like it. It was so fun.
She's been with me through a lot of
She's seen you do every type of
journeys. So thank you for support and thank you for loving K culture as much as the rest of us. But yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, no, it's quite interesting how like we've been friends since before I even knew you were like part of this entire KOCIS program and everything and whatnot. And then we started like getting together. You hosted with Steve once for me, and now you're hosting again
with me.
Exactly.
We'll
so
see
we'll get the full. We'll see how that goes.
I was explaining to Hatago earlier. Today's actually Thanksgiving in the U.S. And it's like typical of a Thanksgiving Day, like dinner or celebration when the family gets together. There's always like a family fight. And it's like, it feels like I'm with my brother. So it feels like,
This is such a
it feels like a good way
family
to
dynamic.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So what are your guys' plans in Korea from now on? I know you said you're working on music, but tell me a little bit more about what your aspirations are.
Oh, okay. So I actually do not really put on like a time limit to how long I'll be here. So just wanna do whatever I can and just like enjoy my life here. That's my actually number one plan, just to like do things that bring me joy. But if I'm like able to do music, and this is like my number one passion, so just like keep doing that. Just like work with amazing artists, because there are a lot of amazing artists in Korea. Like the music industry is amazing, so just work in the industry, keep on working, and just like make a name for myself.
I like that you don't have a time limit. I really like that free-flowing kind of...
Because I was not like that for like whole my life, and that gave me a lot of anxiety. So now that I've decided to like, I'm not gonna make any plans and just like go with the flow and see what happens.
I really like relate to you on the transition of like thought process, because I used to like plan everything so detailed and like I had a specific date for everything. But now it's like, I don't know, I'll stay here until I feel like I shouldn't and like do what I want. So
as long as it like serves me a purpose.
yeah.
And I'll be here.
I thought it would make me more anxious to live that way, but it's made me less anxious.
I know.
Because I'm not bound by such a strict timeline, you know?
Yeah.
Interesting. So you guys were both similar on that front. I was more like completely free. Anything, it was like, you know, whatever this and that. Yeah, I was opposite before. Actually, I had like big goals that I wanted to go towards, but like everything in my life was quite, you know, quite free and quite like just take it as it comes.
Yeah.
And then I decided personally that I wanted to go in the direction of like becoming very good at writing things down.
Yeah.
So I put in my calendar, I put every single event that happened, and this goes down to like eating meals. I planned
like,
in my calendar like when I was gonna eat, which day I was gonna work out, and so everything was like written down to a T.
That's interesting
Took a
how
completely
like different things serves like differently for
Yeah, and I think
everyone.
there's definitely like positive merits to both
Yeah.
methods, but yeah.
And learning a bit of both as well, I think.
Yeah,
that
for
that's
sure.
a
Of course,
good
yeah.
For
thing.
sure.
Yeah.
So what about you? What are your future plans in Korea?
Well, I came here to become success. Yeah,
You go, girl.
yeah, I like it. I've been interested like in business since last year. Thanks to BTS, like I was really amazed by their advertising and how they manage their business, and I was like, oh my God, they're so huge, you know. And then I was like, I really admired them because of this. So I'm here.
That's cool though.
Yeah.
It seems like both of you are very like kind of go with the flow and just
Yes.
doing what makes you happy, which is I support 100%.
For business, do you kind of want to go into like the music
Well,
field?
yeah, I don't mind if it's just like music or entertainment or I don't know. I just like
Advertisement,
share-
like-
yeah, like
Seems
you
like you
can
enjoy
see
that type of-
business in everything.
Yeah, it's true. I feel like that's why like a business degree in general for most people, just like their bachelor's degree is really beneficial because it doesn't matter which direction or which field
Yes.
you go in.
Yeah.
Like business will always be
Oh,
helpful.
but I didn't study business.
That's okay.
I just like I have a
But you know,
business
some
mind.
people have a business mind. Like
Yeah.
everything they see, they're like, I will sell
Money,
this.
money, money. Like just like Lisa, I came here to drop some
Yeah.
money. Dropping all my money.
So since you're such a big fan of K-pop, what was your first like exposure to K-pop? Was it BTS?
No.
What was it?
Can you imagine? I like K-pop since 2005.
Oh wow.
So I
Must have
like.
been Girls' Generation.
Yeah, but Girls' Generation are like in 2008, so maybe Super Junior,
Wow.
BTS, TVXQ, those
Okay,
groups.
Okay.
She was
Big
there from the
Bang.
beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm an
Wow.
Ajumma.
I'm a loser. You were there around that time.
Wow.
Who was your first introduction? Or didn't you see?
I think I remember the first time I saw it and I was like, wow, who's that? Like, I think it
Who are
was,
these
I
people?
remember it very clearly actually. It was pretty recent. It was actually during COVID. I didn't know anything about K-pop before I came to Korea, except for like some of the stuff that I saw, but it was during the Corona situation and I had already planned to come to Korea just as like a form of travel, but I think my algorithm on YouTube knew that I was going to be coming here, so it suggested Idol. BTS.
Oh,
the music
that's an amazing
and I just
song.
remember I was really interested by the thumbnail because it was super colorful and bright.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I clicked on it and I was like, it was like
You fell in
like,
love
everything
with
opened up. I was
everything.
like, this is what everyone was talking about K-pop. So
Yeah.
I've never been like a massive K-pop stan or anything, but I've definitely really like drawn from it artistically, and I see like I get the appeal for sure. But then like I think the oldest that I am aware of is like Girls' Generation.
Yeah.
And like
But
probably like,
my vibe is more like 2 p.m.
ooh.
2
God,
p.m.
she's got the choreography on deck right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so from a little bit earlier, you were telling us you have a very interesting story to tell us, right?
Oh yeah.
Tell
I
us
do.
about an interesting story from your time.
go
in Korea.
ahead.
Okay, that happened like I think 4 months ago. So as you guys know, I do music and I like music. So I meet like with a lot of different producers to see if I can like work with them in the future. And I also write songs. So I have this goal of like writing for different K-pop idols. So I met this producer, and turns out he also has a K-pop company. And he was like, why don't you just become a K-pop idol in my company? And I'm like, what? K-pop idol? I've never thought of that. And like, he's like, I'm actually like planning to debut a group really, really soon. And I feel like you will make like an amazing like addition to the group, as the like, they want to add like a foreign touch as well. So I was like, oh, really? Then I literally went for my first day of training. I started training.
Wow!
So,
Congratulations.
but then no, I was like, I don't think I can do it, and I quit on the first day.
Wow!
The thing is, I'm like, I wasn't really sure if I could do it, because like that's a lot of responsibility for me, and also like I want to do solo because I'm also 27. And I thought there was like a
27.
I'm 27.
She looks younger, right?
I
do.
Younger than me.
I know I look
what's
really
up,
young.
Annie?
I feel like maybe that would still be okay, but I was like, no, I'm not gonna learn dancing at this big age. So I was like,
It's not a big age.
I know. I feel like I was a little.
27 is quite young, but
I'm like pushing 30. I'm like, I mean, I could have still done it.
I get that feeling.
But I don't know. I wanted to do something solo, and that's why I was like, literally like on my dancing training, I'm like, what if I just back out? He's
What
like,
if I just don't?
what if I just go home right now?
it's crazy because I thought like she's telling us that she's joining this K-pop group. I'm like, can you say that? You're allowed to talk about this?
I guess
and then
that's,
she threw.
that's why it's a fun story, right?
Yeah.
That's really
good.
That was a
I
good
quit.
story.
But then, yeah, I still like talk with the producer.
Well, best of
We're
luck
still
with you in
good.
your solo journey.
Yeah.
Thank
for
you,
sure.
thank you.
And what about you? Anything interesting?
Well, many things, to be honest. Like in my case, every day is interesting. You find something new in Korea, like something's happening here and there and blah blah blah.
True.
And yeah, like the first months that I've been here, I was like outside all the time, like eating also outside, and getting back home around midnight, and I was like super tired, but I really enjoyed that. The security too.
Yeah,
it's really
that's
safe.
Gives
it's
you
unmatched,
Korea
for sure.
being late at night, and I was like, oh, I'm enjoying, I'm living my dream, you know. So yeah, I feel like every day you experience something new.
That is one like commonality I think I've noticed in between like people who are foreign residents here. It's like everyone has such a colorful story that they can tell about Korea.
yes,
like
yes.
there's never a dull moment, I think, which is really, really cool.
Yeah, for us, even like it's been a lot of years, still something really like interesting happens.
Yeah, like this year in general has been the most interesting year of my life.
Yeah,
for
Really?
sure. Oh
I
yeah.
don't think the host talked that much about like their interesting stories from Korea.
Oh.
Shannon, could you tell us a little story?
Yeah, do you
Oh my gosh.
anything?
Anything? I'm trying to think of something appropriate, but also something that's like specifically interesting to Korea. I think probably just in general, like to kind of summarize my experience like this year working in the entertainment industry, because originally I started with like modeling, doing like print, lookbook, stuff like that, and it never for a moment occurred to me that I would ever be doing any sort of MC and hosting. And then like we said earlier, she's kind of watched me grow through my hosting journey here. But Koreanet also, like I started the hide and seek with Kokduni, and then I think the original idea, the producer might have to tell me if I'm wrong, but I think originally they saw me on YouTube doing like the Awesome World videos and stuff like that.
Yes.
And then they reached out to me that way. So they approached me with this opportunity to do like hosting, and I was like, me? Like hosting? Like I don't know how to host anything. And I had this flashback from college when I had to give a speech one time for something that was really important. Completely bombed. Completely. Like I started crying while I was standing there because it was so bad.
Stage fright?
Yeah, just stage fright, like completely not able to speak publicly. So the idea of doing a live show was terrifying. But I was like, you know what? If I don't try it, like if they hate me and I suck, they can pick somebody else later and just be like, it didn't work out, you know. But like, if I don't try, then I won't know. So I tried, and then eventually got the hang of things and really, really started to like it.
Yeah.
And then after that, the Kokduni show kind of caught wind with other people, and I was doing podcasts, and then got to host boot camp, and then all of a sudden I'm hosting an award show. And like 2 years ago, I could have never imagined doing anything like that. For
So
sure.
this is your path, you know.
Apparently, but like I never saw it that way. I always thought it was going to be like modeling for like magazines or whatever. But I didn't ever realize it would be like hosting or doing kind of MC work.
You know, there is a saying my mom always say that lives you, takes you. to the right way you have to be.
Yeah.
You know? So this
Even
is
if it doesn't feel like it.
Yeah, it is true.
It's so true because everything that I ever like thought I wanted to do is so different. Like for those of you that don't know, I studied medicine in college.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I studied medicine. I was a bio and pre-med major with focus in kinesiology. And then I come here. Yeah, right. She's
Because like we're all like in the entertainment, and I studied French. I was supposed to be a teacher.
Oh, I was a teacher.
Well, yeah, like it's so different than like what we're doing right now.
Yeah, so I think that's something else about Korea is it really kind of just shapes your path.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like we all come here with the idea to just like travel, have fun, live our life, but it really has ended up like shaping me career-wise and like also as a person I've learned a lot about living in a foreign country on my own. So it's been really interesting. But I don't have I have 1,000 stories that I could tell. But just in summary, that's what I've got to say.
Then there's been like a lot of crossover with the HAYIK Show, right? So
Yeah,
you've been
for
on this a
sure.
couple of times. I don't know too much about the hide and seek show. Could you just tell us a little bit about the hide and seek show?
Oh my gosh, you guys, it's the best. Sorry for popping my knuckles. I just realized I did that. But some people, if you're sensitive auditorily, then I'm sorry. But the hide and seek show has been like probably my favorite experience in Korea at all because it's just given me so many opportunities. Like the premise of the show is sort of for travel. So essentially what happens is like I meet up with my team in the morning and they take me to a location somewhere in Korea. And it can be as close as like Paju, or we did early episodes in like Insadong and stuff like that. But recently we've done episodes way outside of Seoul, like in Busan. We've done some in like down near Yosu. And these are places that I always like had on my bucket list, but I never found the time or found the means or someone to travel with. But this show takes me to this really, really beautiful or significantly historical location. And basically they hide a bunch of clues throughout the location, whether it's a museum or a park or something like that. The team goes ahead of me and they hide clues. And the clues are supposed to lead me to find this stuffed bird named Koknuni.
Okay.
And it's just a stuffed animal, but they hide him somewhere in the location. So my job within that 40-minute time frame, and we do like a kind of run through, but it feels better if I do it authentically and I don't actually know. So I had to go through and talk about the location, talk about, interact with the live chat about like questions they might have about Korea. But basically, it's like a race against time to try and find this bird while also being in a really cool location. So I've had some really unique experiences with that. We've gone to places like Gwangmyeong Cave, which if you guys haven't heard, I think it got a lot of popularity recently on TikTok. But it's so
That's not
magnificent.
so fun.
It's
to be able
really
to travel
cool.
and work at the same time.
It's
one
like
of
the
my favorite
ideal
things,
job,
yeah.
but also like my team is so wonderful, and like this show has really like if I watch the first episode versus now we're on like the 49th or something episode.
Oh, that's
Yeah, there's
So did
been
you
so
start
many.
in winter?
We started in March or February of last year. Yeah.
So-
It's been almost a year.
Oh my goodness.
It's been almost an entire year.
Wow.
Yeah. But it's like when I watch that first episode, I just go like this. But I feel like if you don't cringe at your past work, you haven't grown at all.
I know.
So it's like watching my
Cringe is
progression has
good.
been really, really cool. But anyway, tune into Hide and Seek with Koknuni Mondays at 2 p.m. and you can see me. And it's a live chat, so I'll be talking to you guys in the chat. Also, there is a $10 Amazon gift card win every time.
amazing.
So
Cool beans.
not to
Well,
toot my own horn, but like,
these days it's starting to get a little bit colder. Actually, last week we were talking
sure.
about temperature and like how to fight the cold.
Yeah,
And I was saying a
definitely.
good way is to just wear t-shirts. So for me, since winter's coming along, it's time to just go out in t-shirts. Today was the first day of that.
The yellow tone.
Right. And I recently.
we had a whole argument
Yes.
earlier about what color his shirt is.
Let's ask.
What color is it?
Wearing an
audience.
orange
Comment below.
t-shirt. Apparently it's orange t-shirt.
But the thing is, it looks even more orange on the camera.
Exactly.
Okay,
I
yeah.
feel like
Orange.
we're right now.
Okay, guys, actually, in the comments, write down, is this t-shirt orange or is it mustard yellow?
It's
Mustard yellow.
They
We are-
think it's
I
mustard
agree with
yellow.
Shannon.
We
Okay.
think it's orange.
There we go.
It's
Exactly. Exactly.
versus two right
we are
now.
2 versus
so if we win, what should we get?
2. Ooh.
A coffee?
You'll just
Yeah.
get the feeling of
The-
being right. Like, I get
warm,
the warm happiness of
orange
being right.
feelings deep inside.
I get the
okay?
pride of winning this Thanksgiving
pride of-
argument
yeah.
right now.
Okay, so I'm wearing a t-shirt.
That's how you deal with winter, which is
Exactly.
questionable, but
Have you
okay.
guys seen it snowed?
Yeah,
It was
did
the
you guys
first
check it
snow?
out?
I haven't seen it. I saw like my friends posting on online, and I went to check it out, but there was none. I was so upset. I love snow, and I wanted to see it.
Yeah, so just to clarify for the audience, we actually had our first day of snow, which is pretty uncommon. They were predicting it to be in December, but it actually happened last week.
Yeah.
And it was like a beautiful little flurry. It didn't last very long. Places like Anyang, which is slightly south of Seoul, got a little bit more. But the first day of snow in Korea is pretty significant. People like really enjoy this little magical experience. So did you get to see it at all?
And also in K-dramas, like you have to kiss.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's like a tradition when on the first day of snow. Yeah.
I heard that.
I heard it too. I don't know the details, so I don't want to speak too much about
me
it.
neither, but
There
I
is
just
some
heard.
sort of significance with it.
But I didn't see the snow, like, since I'm working on media, like social media, you know, I've been spending a lot of time at home, like editing videos. So I just went, I was at home and I was like, oh,
With
it's
9
snow.
months, you probably haven't seen like the proper snow.
Yeah.
Have you seen
Not-
snow before?
Yeah. I live in the U.S. before, so I
Where?
was
In the U.S.
in Santa Fe.
Okay. So still very warm in Santa Fe. But yeah, I think snow in Korea is really, really beautiful. It doesn't snow a lot where I'm from either. I'm from North Carolina, so we see snow, but it never sticks because it's just the ground is too warm. But in Korea, sometimes it'll stay, so it's really magical. And they have a lot of skiing and snowboarding culture in Korea as well in the wintertime. So if you guys ever visit, you guys can definitely go to like some of the resorts and stuff.
Resort.
Yeah.
Yeah, and last week we were talking about like winter foods as well. Actually,
Yeah, true.
So I'll ask the same question. Do you guys have any like foods that remind you of winter?
Yeah. I love hot dog.
A hot
Do you guys
dog.
know?
I thought she
That
said
came up last week as well.
Yeah.
I heard hot dog.
Hot
Like,
dog.
Yeah, I know. Sorry for my Korean pronunciation.
Hot
I
dog.
think we all get
I was
that,
like, that's
right?
better, but that's hot dog
Yeah.
is so
Hot dog is
good.
That came up last week as well.
Really,
Yeah.
hot dog is the best. Are you guys like a what is it? The other one, the red
Pungupang?
pubong.
Bungeoppang?
Pungupang.
Ah.
Are you guys a
Fish
bungeoppang
definition.
person or hot dog person?
Hot dog, 100%.
I'm a
Hot
hot dog person.
Yeah, hot dog.
So for those of you watching that don't know what it is,
Oh, yeah, we should explain.
Pungupang is like this little fish-shaped pancake filled with like red bean or cream or cheese or
Like a
whatever.
custard.
And then hot dog is like also pancake, but it's like you can watch them make it. They press it onto like a griddle, so it's really hot, and inside is typically like sesame seeds and honey, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken. But you can also
And
get different
then,
types
like
of filling.
nuts, honey.
Nuts,
But
honey.
then there's like different.
And we heard this one with matcha as well last week. Somebody said there's a matcha one.
There's a
Right?
That's,
I know.
That's my dream.
I didn't know.
What?
That was the first time I heard there was a matcha one. I'm like, what? There's matcha.
where?
I've tried
the
the chocolate one, but there's a chocolate one in
I
Sadong.
always thought it was chocolate. Like,
No, it's
Normally it's not
it's
chocolate.
champat, the
Yeah,
red
yeah.
bean. Yeah.
Yeah, in Sadong, like where the shopping mall is.
Yeah.
they like sell it with chocolate. That's also really
Y'all,
Really?
the amount of matcha desserts on my feed right now are insane because when I went to Japan, that's all I did was eat like matcha everything.
Yeah.
But
I
when I
love
come to
matcha.
Korea, I think it's like also becoming a trend, like different types of matcha desserts and lattes and stuff, which I really like. But speaking of winter foods, I recently made my winter comfort food from home, which is chicken and dumplings.
Chicken and
chicken and
dumplings.
dumplings.
It's called dumplings, but it's really just like little like chunks of bread.
Of bread,
And
yeah,
it doesn't
okay,
sound,
okay.
doesn't sound like good, but it's good, I promise. Like instead of noodles, it's like just chicken soup with veggies and stuff, and then you just make
Okay,
like these
so
little.
it's inside the soup.
Yeah, it's
oh,
like this
okay.
little like dumpling dough, and it's so good. But my Korean go-to is always jjigae.
Oh,
Even in the summertime,
love-
but
yeah.
specifically in the wintertime, jjigae is amazing.
Well, my father did that as well. The chicken with the kind of, like
Dumplings?
bready. Yeah, he called it dumplings, but it's just like bread on top of it or something.
Yeah, I didn't realize they had that in where you're from as well.
That was, he's Canadian, so that was Canadian.
okay.
Where are you from?
Where you're from? Look. I'm from the
We're
south.
about to have a Thanksgiving fight right here.
Part 2.
What are your winter foods?
I don't really have winter foods, you know, like not even in Mexico. Like, okay, I can think of tamales.
Oh,
maybe.
tamales.
I really love and miss tamales. But in here, I'm not like, oh, I want to eat something specifically, you know. But like my mom used to prepare like sweet rice, you know, milk rice. Have you tried it? You know,
I know it.
¿Cómo se dice
What was
Arroz
it?
con leche.
Yeah.
It's like a like sticky pudding rice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, some people do it more like liquid, but it's so delicious.
It's so delicious.
And I heard from some Mexican friends that Koreans doesn't like it at all because it's sweet rice. So,
But then there is shike. There is
Yes,
also
shike.
shike. There is also really similar to that. I haven't tried Mexican. What was it?
rice
Yeah,
with milk. And
I haven't tried that,
Arroz
but
con
it
leche.
sounds similar.
Yeah. So speaking of shike, this is another topic that I wanted to touch on, like in today's topic. But something that's really nice during the winter season is like Jimjibang. And they often serve shike at the Jimjibang.
Yeah.
So when my mom came to visit, that was probably one of the first things that we did.
Really?
We went.
Fun.
Because it's such a foreign concept.
Yeah.
Like a Jimjibang to Western cultures, like
Yes.
you know, the bathhouses. They're a lot more open.
Yeah.
You guys can research what I mean by that. if you
Conan
want to.
O'Brien has a really good episode
Does
in a
he?
Jimjibang. It's so funny.
Does he actually?
Yeah,
I'll
he
have
gets
to watch it.
he gets like the scrub as well, and that's
Oh,
just
he
the
does?
most hilarious part of the entire thing.
That's so
But-
random.
Yeah, but when my mom came, we went to I think it was Aqua something in Busan actually, or something like that. It was anyway. It was this big, beautiful Jimjibang, and so they served shike, and I made my mom try it, and she
Liked
didn't
it?
like it. No, she was not a fan, but I personally really
Actually,
like it.
too sweet for me as well.
Yeah, it's I don't like the rice. The same reason I don't like boba.
Like you're
I
a
don't like
texture
things-
person.
Yeah, I don't like things flying in my mouth when I'm drinking.
Okay.
But anyways, the Jimjibang is really a nice experience for those of you that don't know. It's like a bathhouse or sauna, and they often have like different rooms with different themes. So there'll be like a salt room or like a music room or something where you can go and kind of take a rest. But they're usually heated and it's really warm and nice.
Have you guys been?
I haven't. I still haven't.
You've never been?
No, this winter I should. I really wanna go. It sounds really good. Like I will like feel really warm because I heard like some rooms like it's heated and you sleep in there. Sounds really good for winter.
That's a common thing as well. The Jimjibangs, you can often stay as long as you
Yeah,
want.
and
Like,
you can sleep over.
Yeah.
We have something similar in Turkey actually. It's called hammam.
Hammam.
I don't know if you guys heard of it before, but it's also like where you get like scrubs, like whole body scrubs, and then you go and like you have different rooms. You have spa. You have where you get like how do you call that? Like you just like sleep inside.
Like the little
Like
pods.
yeah,
Yeah.
those type of stuff.
Oh,
Very
Turkish
cool.
massages.
Yeah, and you
so
get a
good.
massage. So we do have something
Yeah.
similar.
Have you
That's
tried
amazing.
Jimjibang? You've only been here 9 months.
No.
Okay.
Okay, that's quite the
This winter, let's go.
Let me
Let's
make
go,
a
let's go.
recommendation for you guys for your first one. Because there's some that are a lot more old school and they're not always the most comfortable. If you've never done a Jimjibang at all. I recommend Aquafield in Ilsan.
Okay, that's
you
this
guys
week's
today.
quirt tip. We like to
Quirt
do,
tip.
yeah, we always like to do a little quirt tip.
Quirt
So one more time,
Aquafield in
Aquafield
Ilsan.
in
It's
Ilsan.
really, really nice. It's like you pay a flat fee. I think it's like, it's a little bit more expensive in regard to a Jimjibang. It's like 25,000 or 30,000 won. But you can go and spend as much time as you want, and you go in and you eat and stuff like that. But it's really clean, really nice, and the big
Sounds nice.
hot tubs in like the sauna room. It's lovely. So definitely check it out.
It's worth the price.
For those of you that are like going to be touring or visiting Korea, I recommend one of the nicer ones as well, like Dragon Hill as well in Yongsan is a good one.
I live
But-
in Yongsan, so
Oh yeah, definitely check out Jimjibang, guys. It's
Check
a
that
really
out.
cool, like eye-opening experience.
And with that, let's move on to this this week's topic. This week's topic is the zero trend. So currently it's quite popular. There's these zero kind of sweets and things like that. Actually, we have a scarring experience with some zero sweets, right, Shan?
Yeah, so at a common place that we go to is a studio, and at the studio they have snacks. But
Yeah.
I had a bone to pick with our producer because I was like, why do we have these zero snacks instead of like, I don't know, fruit or like
Yeah.
some kind of substantial food?
Yeah, I think most people kind of wanted to have like some fruit or something like
Yeah.
that, and then the first things that came in were the zero ones.
It was like
We're like, okay,
it's like zero sugar jelly, like
Zero
there's
sugar
no
jellies.
yeah, so like gummies and stuff.
gummies, yeah.
And I'm like, I want like a sandwich. But okay.
I mean, one of them was kind of, the gummies were kind of
The gummies
okay.
were fire.
Yeah, the
Like,
gummies were nice.
They were
The
pretty
gummies
good.
were nice, but they have like zero mooncakes and like zero chocolates and choco balls and like zero all sorts of things.
It was just like the same way if you go to like any kind of entertainment shoot on set, like the on-set food is never good.
Oh, I
It's
know.
like,
Yeah.
it's like crackers and chocolate. It's never like substantial food.
Exactly.
But the zero one that we're talking about, it's like there's this big trend in Korea right now. It's like zero sugar, zero gluten, zero everything. It's,
Zero
it's
everything,
actually
yeah.
just packaged air.
yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Flavored air, yeah.
But have you guys tried or seen any of these zero foods recently?
Yes.
Yeah, I did see some in convenience store, like especially the drinks,
Yeah,
like
drinks.
zero. I see like zero sugar, soju.
Even the zero calorie alcohol, I didn't think.
Yeah, like bowls. They also have like flavored sodas with like zero
Yes.
written
yeah.
on it, and iced tea with zero, which I like actually. I always get that.
Oh my goodness. I actually took a photo of it. I have it on my phone. I was walking through the Pyeongjang, the convenience store last night, and I saw this like tea, and it said a giant zero was written on the package.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I turned it around and I checked the calories, and it said 12 calories. And I was like, wait a second. I was like, hold on.
Something is not right here.
Something's not adding up. But it meant zero sugar, but only 12 calories. But I was confused for a moment. But I've seen a lot of like other kind of trending zero foods. It's like there's this bakery next to my house, and it's like zero gluten, high protein, zero sugar. But it's very much like a diet kind of bakery, if that makes sense. So out of curiosity, I tried one of the cookies, and it tasted about the same, but the texture was off. I feel like.
Yeah, I think it's because they cannot use like normal flour.
Yeah.
Yes.
The texture is always a little bit off. But I'm really surprised by how they make. I have tried a lot of different drinks with zero. When you go when I go to a convenience store, I like to try different drinks. So like I've tried these like zero drinks, and they taste really good.
Really?
Yeah, Korea's
like
very
it.
good at
They're doing really
making
good
things
job.
taste good.
Have you tried any zero products?
Yeah.
Yeah?
But when I live in Brazil
Uh-huh.
and I was staying with my family, so my father was on a diet, and he was trying to eat, to stop eating sugar and salt. So my Brazilian mom was like, "Everyone, we're going to eat like that," and I was like, I really suffer with food, so I started to eat that way too. And I got used to drink like coffee, like any beverage without sugar. And when I drink something like juice and of the convenience store, I'm like, "Ee," like everywhere I go, I just prefer water because everything for me it is sweet. So I just can't. Even if it's zero, I just can't.
I will say though, I think in general, like flavors in Korea tend to be more sweet. Like
Yeah,
even like
that is true.
Even like the meats and stuff, they're flavored slightly more sweet. You
Yeah.
put sugar in gochujang. for
The
example.
mayonnaise.
Like
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
everything
The
is-
mayonnaise for me
Everything
is
has some
sweet.
sugar in it.
But our favorite thing is garlic bread when it's sweet.
Oh, yeah,
like
the garlic bread.
Everyone has the
Garlic bread is
same
always sweet.
dilemma. Like, coming to Korea and like garlic bread, and you eat and it's sweet. Like how?
Oh, it
It's a
just has like
sugary- it's a sugary
PTSD
dish
flashback
itself,
of
yeah.
trying it. For
I just got like a garlic crackers. I wanted something like salty, you know. They were sweet too.
Yeah.
Even
Yes.
crackers, garlic crackers were
crackers,
sweet.
everything.
it's harder to find salty.
Doritos. The Doritos are sweet.
What?
They are?
Doritos. You know Doritos?
They do them.
See?
The chips.
Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
chips.
The
exactly,
Doritos
yeah.
are sweet.
Yeah, and the
know that.
Cheetos too. The Cheetos are sweet.
Maybe everything is sweet.
I don't like that.
really, the Doritos and the
Yeah.
Cheetos are sweet. And I was like, in the convenience store, like, I'm going to grab something. Like, I'm not used to eat this kind of snacks. So I was like, maybe I will just try something that I used to. And I just grabbed the Doritos, and when I ate it, I was like, what is this? That's interesting flavor. Yeah. So then the next time I went with the Cheetos, and it was the same. All sweet.
It's like the reverse in the US though. Everything is salty.
So salty.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
everything is super salty. But on the topic of sweet food still, something that's really, really popular and trendy, because Korea is all about trends all the time. There's something,
Yes.
Yeah.
something new, something hot. But right now it's tanguru. Have you guys tried tanguru? And
Yes,
They even
yes,
have like
yes,
zero
I did.
tanguru. which I don't know how you make it.
Really?
I don't know how you make it because isn't the coating just sugar?
Like you just like melt the honey, and maybe that's how it's like zero because it's like.
I suppose,
But this one, they use either stevia or allulose for that.
like
exactly.
the substitute.
Substitutes.
Yeah.
Substitutes. Actually, like health is something
Yes.
I've been very interested in for a very, very long time. I don't know if you know, like there's something called optimization. And optimization is taking everything to like the very next level when it comes to health. And so one thing that I really appreciate about Korea is always being quite like a healthy
They're
country,
very
right?
health conscious for sure.
And so even the zero trend is part of kind of reflecting that mindset
Right.
of moving towards a healthier way of eating. Since like we're mentioning a lot of things are sugary or sweet, there's that taste of sweetness, and now they're trying to replace it with a few different things like stevia, monk fruit as well.
My favorite example of the way that Korea does this is with the fruit, like the tomatoes.
Oh,
Have you
yeah.
tried those? Really, really
The
sweet-
cherry ones.
Yeah, but they taste like candy.
Yeah.
Like, I
They're
can't-
super
Yeah, sweet.
tomatoes,
It's not just like a grape tomato,
Yeah.
which is
Yes.
like kind of tart and tastes like a fruit. It's like actually tastes like
It's-
sugar.
yeah.
They're
It's
called
like a
the
dessert.
stevia
Stevia tomatoes, right?
I think they're called stevia tomatoes.
I don't know like what they're doing, if they're actually putting like stevia in it or something,
I think,
like how that happens.
They're like injecting inside.
That's what I thought. That's the image I got in my head is they're like injecting stevia in every single little tomato.
Definitely interesting though, because the first time I ate one of the stevia tomatoes, I didn't know that that's what it was. So I ate it and I was like, wait a second, what was that?
interesting.
But there's something in the States as well. They do like cotton candy grapes, so the grapes will taste like cotton candy. but
Yes,
they're using like an artificial sweetener to enhance the sweet flavor. But that way you kind of get that sweet craving satisfaction without like all the extra calories. And stuff.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, maybe it's kind of like a way that you can get off of having too much sugar,
Yeah.
like real sugar in the diet.
Just to like replace.
Replace it a little bit. It's a little bit better than sugar. There's actually a research here from the was the Agency for Research on Cancer and the MD Anderson Cancer Center in the
There you
USA. Drinking 2 cans of zero sugar beverages increases cancer risk by 13 to 15%.
I was gonna say, I think it's a little bit of a give and take, right? Because
it's a give and take.
you're decreasing your actual amount of like sugar intake, which helps with like your glucose levels and stuff like that. But it's increasing your risk of other issues because it is a fake and artificial substance.
Exactly. So it's still not, completely on the healthy side. But when you compare that to sugary beverages, which increase by 200%,
Right.
there's a clear difference.
Yeah. Yeah.
So at least I really enjoyed that the world is kind of moving towards like a healthier approach
Same.
on
Yeah,
things.
yeah,
Like how can we do things
Would you say it's the same
healthier?
for your countries as well? Like there's like a zero or kind of direction heading towards like a healthier lifestyle?
Yes, but no. Like, of course, there are a lot of people who are looking for zero anything, but also in Mexico, not a lot of people care about it. Like, we have good food, guys. We enjoy food, so yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
I feel like our food is similar to Korea, where it's like on the healthier side. But we do tend to eat a lot of like sweet desserts. Most of you guys probably know baklava.
Baklava,
We do like to eat a lot of
Okay.
like
Yes.
desserts.
Turkish delights?
Turkish delights. Yeah, our desserts are really famous.
I've always wanted to try Turkish delight ever since I saw
You
Narnia.
haven't tried?
You haven't tried?
No.
I'll give you some.
Me neither. Me neither.
When Edmund betrayed his whole family in Narnia for the thing of
Yes,
Turkish
he was
delight,
right.
I was like,
yeah.
okay, I have to try this.
There's something special about them.
Thanks,
Yeah, I
Edmund.
gave up this family for one case of
Especially the rose ones. Rose Turkish
Yeah.
delights, those are soft.
Oh, that's really good. The rose ones, and I love the ones with the nuts inside. That's
Wait, what is it? It's like a gelatin, right? Kind of.
It's like jelly. Inside, like the flavors depends. Literally, like every type of flavor. You even matcha.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Her favorite.
Yeah.
You're my favorite.
I'll give you a box.
Thank you so much.
Ooh, thank you very much. And actually, with that, it is now time to say goodbye.
Oh, passed so quickly.
I know the time went so fast today.
Yeah, thank you very much for joining us. How was your time?
Really enjoyable as always. This is my third time.
Third
here.
time. It's your third time on the show.
I'm a here.
A HAYIK Show favorite for sure.
Yeah. Thanks, PDNim, again for inviting me, and thank you guys for being really fun. And time passed really quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your
I
stories.
really
and for
love
sharing.
being here. Thanks. 감사합니다.
All right. Thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure you guys tune in next time, and we will see you later.
Every week,
Bye bye.
2 p.m.
2 p.m.
Thursday.
or Monday.
Hide and seek as well. Hide and seek.
We're not seeking. We're just hiding.
We're just hiding.
Hiding.
No, seek for me. Where am I?